Ahead on this special edition of Apple Valley News Now at 4:30, a weekend of violence in Yakima. 2 people dead, several others hurt in a series of criminal investigations. Details coming up.
Plus, fire officials continue to chase down reports of wildfires. Our windy conditions not helping much. So, Stacy, will we see some rain anytime soon?
Austin, it's looking dry. We've got those warm temperatures, as you said, and unfortunately, those winds are going to start picking up tonight, especially tomorrow. I'll tell you all about it coming up in my First Alert weather forecast.
And terrifying moments at an Oregon rodeo after the bull gets loose and goes after people in the crowd.
This is Apple Valley News Now, special edition, on your side.
Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Alyssa Warner.
And I'm Austin Reed.
And tonight, a man is dead after he fell down a tanker truck while working at Two Rivers Terminal LLC in Franklin County.
Yeah, around 5 p.m. on Friday, Franklin County Fire District 3 responded to what first came in as a medical call at Two Rivers Agricultural Fertilizer Plant on Glade Road in rural Franklin County. We met with the fire chief earlier today, who says he got the call that got upgraded to a technical rescue. Firefighters say the man who died was 54 years old and worked at the plant. Firefighters told us the man was on top of a semi-tanker truck and was hosing out the truck. Employees later lost track of what that worker, where he was. He was later found face up at the bottom of the tanker truck.
It was a 70% sulfur used, common in agriculture, crop production. But it does off-gas into hydrogen sulfide, which the gases, over a period of time, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, can be hazardous and make the atmosphere hazardous. So we did a quick monitor with our gas detection equipment.
Nobody else was hurt. The atmosphere the worker was in was fairly toxic, so the gases the man was around could be a reason for his death, or it could have been from the fall. The Franklin County Coroner's Office has been called in. Coming up tonight after the game on Apple Valley News Now Prime Time, we're going to take a closer look at what technical rescues are. And the cleanup continues at the Lineage site. The company that's handling the demolition is Signal Restoration Services. Today, we noticed more progress in that fight. One reason is crews are now working 24 hours around the clock. Multiple buildings are now gone. Leveling is taking place. We also found out that more than 10 investigators with ATF, that's the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms investigators, they are on their way to the Tri-Cities to continue the investigation. Smoke, however, is still a problem for residents. Stay with us on air and online for updates.
Well, today, Kennewick fire crews responded to a small fire across the street from the old Toys R Us building near the Columbia Center Mall. That fire was on the hillside below the Red Lion Hotel. Fire crews responded to the call for help just after 11 o'clock this morning. Kennewick police assisted the Kennewick Fire Department while firefighters sprayed down hot spots. Now, the fire was able to be completely extinguished with minimal damage, as you can see here. At the time, the cause of the fire is unknown. But it was very hot out there. We saw it today. Stacy, what are we looking at this evening?
Well, we've got those warm temperatures around, but we are going to start seeing a cooling trend. 88 degrees right now on our tower cam. Our feels like temp is 84. Light breezes right now, but those are also going to be picking up. That temperature trend, we've been running above average by 5 to 10 degrees. But look at what happens as we head towards Father's Day weekend. We're going to drop below our average temperature of 81 in the Tri-Cities. Tonight, clear, mild, those breezy winds picking up, especially in our mountain gap areas. Think the Kittitas Valley through the Yakima Valley. We'll see lighter winds tonight, Tri-Cities, but those winds are going to be picking up as a cold front starts to move through the area. So there is a wind advisory for the Kittitas Valley tomorrow, Cle Elum, Ellensburg, all the way out to Moses Lake, places like Ephrata. It's going to be very, very windy. And again, with these hot, dry conditions, fire danger is extremely high. So clear night, light winds, like I said, strong gusty winds in the forecast tomorrow. That cooling trend on the way as we head to the weekend. We're going to see 70-degree temperatures for Father's Day. I've got all the details coming up in your First Alert full weather forecast. Austin, Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacy. A weekend of violence in Yakima. 2 people are dead, several others hurt after 3 separate crimes.
Yeah, police say a man was fatally stabbed while trying to protect his 15-year-old daughter after a neighbor broke into their home Friday night and attempted to assault the girl. The suspect was arrested and appeared in court today. Also Friday night, a fatal drive-by shooting outside an event happening at this season's performance hall left a 38-year-old man dead. Police are actively looking for the person or people involved in this crime.
Now, also on Sunday afternoon, a drive-by shooting at a busy Yakima park turns into a more than 20-minute-long pursuit through Yakima, Natchez, Titan, and Coechi, ending with the suspect vehicle hitting multiple cars on 40th Avenue. As you see here, they injured several people, including 2 children. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell obtained court documents and has been following those suspects through court today. She'll have an in-depth look at this whole situation coming up after the game. At 10:50 on Saturday night, police were called to a report of multiple stabbings at the fairgrounds in Walla Walla County. So between 250 and 300 people were attending a quinceañera, which is a celebration of a girl's 15th birthday, when multiple fights broke out and 3 people were stabbed, then taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, according to police. Now, Walla Walla County Sheriff's Office says the stabbing suspect was taken into custody for first-degree assault, felony harassment, threats to kill, and for brandishing a deadly weapon. And they could potentially have more charges added on as the investigation continues.
One person is under arrest after a suspected DUI hit-and-run crash that ended with one driver claiming they had a gun pointed at them. The crash happened Sunday afternoon just before 12:30 in the area of West Canal Drive and North Cleveland Street. Several people reported to police a red SUV crashed through a fence, and then the driver of that SUV got into an argument with the driver of another vehicle. During that argument, the other driver claimed the driver of the SUV pulled out a gun and pointed it at them before running away towards an apartment complex. Police found the man and arrested him a short time later. Authorities say they also found the gun in an apartment complex. We're going to head to Central Oregon now. At the Sisters Rodeo Saturday night, the crowd was enjoying the bull riding event when they experienced a terrifying encounter, sparking a frantic run for safety. Take a look at this. After a bull jumped over the fence, escaping from the arena, it injured at least 4 people. The rodeo announcer immediately activated the emergency response plan as people scrambled to get out of the way. The bull was contained by rodeo livestock professionals and placed into a pen. It was taken home later that night. The final performance of the Sisters Rodeo still took place. Let's talk about your political headlines tonight. The search for the vice president to run alongside former President Donald Trump is heating up.
Well, a number of names have been floated. We're now learning that several potential picks are in the next stage of the process. Trump has floated a lengthy list of names in recent months and routinely asks allies, donors, and members of his Mar-a-Lago resort their opinions. Well, several of former President Donald Trump's potential running mates received vetting materials, some of whose names you might have heard before, including Florida Senator Marco Rubio, South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, and former HUD Secretary, also former presidential candidate, Ben Carson. Former president so far not revealing a favorite.
I think they'll announce who that person's going to be during the convention. I think that's pretty normal. During the convention, it'll be an interesting period of time.
Now, the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, where Trump, as you heard, plans to announce his pick, starts on July 15th. And day 6 of Hunter Biden's federal gun trial continued today in Wilmington, Delaware. This was Hunter Biden on Monday morning as he arrived at the courthouse with his wife. His lawyers told the court their client will not take the stand. Closing arguments got underway after lunch. Following prosecution rebuttals, the jury got the case around 3:30 in the afternoon. Now, Hunter Biden faces 3 charges. He's accused of illegally buying and possessing a gun while abusing or being addicted to drugs.
In your world headlines this afternoon, a plane carrying the Malawi vice president is missing. The plane left the capital of Lilongwe Monday morning local time and dropped off at a radar a short time later. The VP and 10 others were on board the plane at the time it went missing, according to the office of the president. Authorities say all efforts to make contact with the cockpit have failed. A search and rescue operation is currently underway. The U.S. military is resuming airdrops of aid into Gaza. The military says the operations were suspended due to Israeli operations in the northern area. U.S. Central Command says a U.S. cargo plane has dropped more than 10 metric tons of meals since resuming operations. To date, the U.S. has airdropped more than 1,050 metric tons of humanitarian assistance. In your business headlines this afternoon, artificial intelligence features are on the way for iPhone users.
Well, the company says it plans to partner with ChatGPT maker OpenAI and is unveiling its first batch of generative AI tools for the Apple mobile operating system. It's powered by what the technology company calls Apple Intelligence. This software aims to make Siri even smarter by turning the feature into an iPhone chatbot. This could also let Siri perform tasks like recalling a picture taken years ago on the device, eventually learning your preferences to respond accordingly.
The Supreme Court is agreeing to hear an appeal from Facebook related to a massive data breach. The appeal centers on the disclosures made to investors around damage caused by the breach. Facebook says it was open about the potential harm caused by the Cambridge Analytica data breach. It involved the private information of millions of Facebook users that was obtained by Cambridge Analytica, a firm that worked with Donald Trump's 2016 campaign. Investors argue Facebook didn't disclose enough about the damage caused by the breach.
Well, the heat starting to cool down for the beginning of the week, but when can we expect to see our next chances for rain? Stacey Lee is next with your full weather forecast.
And Pasco Elementary School students getting the opportunity to rub elbows with professional soccer players. Hear the message they brought to students next.
When you crave it all, crunchy, meaty, cheesy goodness, jam-packed and wrapped up, ready to go, Taco Time's Tostada Wrap. Satisfaction never tasted so good. When you know what you want, anytime is Taco Time.
Everybody in the Tri-Cities has been to a Hubby's pizza party, right? You haven't? Acquire the Hubby's habit and book your party today. Delicious, mouth-watering food made with only the freshest ingredients. It's party time at Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years. Book your party today.
Our new orthopedic regenerative medicine clinic with Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jeffrey B. Higgs is now offering a variety of treatments, including platelet-rich plasma injections to enhance injury recovery, promote healing, and treat pain associated with early osteoarthritis. To schedule an appointment, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Stan's gonna ride the Nebula Drop Tower.
Finally!
I'm ready to ascend to the clouds, to go where no dino has gone before. Goodbye, Earth. Hi, Alice!
Whoa! He doesn't know it comes back down?
Apparently not.
I'll let you know when I hit orbit. Drop tower, I get it.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
You thought it would bust through the ceiling?
You came through a portal from another dimension. Weird stuff happens.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office Thursday, June 20th at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
When you crave it all, crunchy, meaty, cheesy goodness, jam-packed and wrapped up, ready to go, Taco Time's Tostada Wrap. Satisfaction never tasted so good. When you know what you want, anytime is Taco Time.
Newscasts anytime with Apple Valley Plus on Roku, Apple Fire, and smart TVs.
Welcome back. A celebration in Pasco as two teams are in the All-Star Soccer Championship games for Pasco Elementary Schools.
Yeah, the students receiving more than just a trophy. Two professional soccer players stopped by the schools this morning to congratulate students and inspire them to continue their soccer journeys. Roman Torres, a former player for the Seattle Sounders, and Sebastian Navarro, a player for the Tacoma Stars, telling students at Captain Gray STEM and Robert Frost Elementary Schools, no matter what happens, to keep working on making their dreams become realities.
It was hard for me to become a professional, and the whole time I remember thinking as a little kid, I have to go pro so then I could help the kids. I remember thinking that, and that was my main goal. I didn't even want to go pro for myself. I wanted to go pro so then I could go back to my community and help them and show them that you could do it. I'm from Yakima. My parents struggle like all of your parents. Like I'm from the same area you are. You know, the same obstacles you face, I face.
Torres and Navarro are a part of Community First Soccer, a nonprofit working to make soccer accessible to everyone. Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald will have a full report from the event coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest from 5 to 7 a.m.
I can just imagine how excited those kids were.
I know, I love that.
All right, well, if you've brought groceries recently, you've likely noticed you're paying more for food, but some items haven't really spiked in price.
Jen Sullivan reports why consumers are paying more for certain products and how it will affect us in the long run.
A breakfast staple is skyrocketing in price. Orange juice. Since the beginning of this year, orange juice prices have gone up more than 30%, according to Trading Economics, a site that tracks the price of certain commodities, hitting an all-time high in May.
Prices are as high as has ever been.
Yuri Ferris with the Rainforest Alliance says the spike in prices is largely being caused by severe weather changes in Brazil. Brazil is the world's largest producer of oranges, accounting for 75% of all orange juice exports.
So it's a very tricky moment for orange juice globally.
Most of the orange farms are in Sao Paulo, Brazil, which has been impacted by severe drought. But the orange trees are also being destroyed by disease.
It's called greening, caused by the bacteria that has infested crops all over the world.
Ferris says the only way to fight the disease is to burn down the crop, and it takes at least 2 to 3 years to grow another orange tree. A lengthy process, which likely means prices aren't going down anytime soon. To compensate for the low supply and high demand, orange juice makers are using other citrus fruits to mix with oranges to create OJ.
In order to maintain consumption, you will have to mix it with other products.
But it's not just oranges impacted by drought and climate change. Drought is hurting coffee and cocoa beans. It's impacting the price of chocolate and coffee. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is predicting food prices across the board will increase by 2.2% this year. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Let's take a look outside on our Legends Casino Sky Cam. Checking out Richland. The Columbia River looks very nice this evening. 88 degrees. Winds are light at 6. Our feels like temp is 84. And our sunset tonight at 8:48. Let's take a look at our weather pattern in the coming days. This ridge of high pressure continues to build and be in control, but we've got a little cold front right behind him. A weak disturbance is going to bring more clouds and, most importantly for our area, the gusty winds. If there is any rain, it'll be in the upper levels of the Cascades. We're not expecting any rain on the west side. More sun, less wind, still warm on Wednesday, and then things are going to cool down substantially as we get towards the Father's Day weekend. We're still going to remind you, hot paw alert. Got to get those pups out early or later in the evening. If air temp is 77 degrees, that asphalt gets up to 125 degrees. Damage can occur in just 60 seconds. So if it's too hot for you, too hot for them. Just got to remind you of that. Here's the temperature trend. We've been well above the average in Yakima the last several days. We're going to start getting down closer to average Wednesday, but really on Friday we'll be right there. And then check it out as we get into the weekend, temperatures drop below the average. Walla Walla also seeing temperatures above average and eventually dropping down below average 4 to 5 degrees. Same thing happening in the Tri-Cities. So that colder air will start impacting us this weekend, but that looks pretty pleasant after those temperatures hit the 90s. We do have a wind advisory in place 9 a.m. tomorrow till 11 p.m. tomorrow evening for the Kittitas Valley up into Moses Lake, Connell. We're even going to have those breezy to gusty winds in the Columbia Basin, but the stronger winds are going to occur in this location. So be aware of that, gusting up to 50 miles an hour, increasing fire danger with the hot, dry conditions. Let's time out those breezy winds. You'll start to feel them picking up a little bit tonight here in the Yakima Kittitas Valley. By tomorrow morning, we'll see those breezy winds developing in the Columbia Basin, down the Columbia River Gorge. By early evening, those when we're really going to be very windy all through the region. This is when our fire danger will be extremely high tomorrow with those dry conditions and these gusty winds. Those gusty winds are pretty short-lived. They'll start to die down by Tuesday night, right around the time the advisory expires. expires at 11. Then as we get into our Wednesday, winds will be much lighter. A little bit breezy, though, still in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. Those mountain gap areas will still see those breezy and gusty winds in the coming days. So just be aware of that. Our temperatures tonight are going to be pretty pleasant. We're in the mid and upper 50s all through the area. Tomorrow's daytime highs again will be warm. We're staying below 90 in Tri-Cities, just barely hitting 90 at Hanford. Everybody else 70s and 80s. Here's what your 7-day planner looks like. We see a big drop off on Monday. I have a feeling that may change. I don't see us getting down to 57, but it's possible. 80s for the most of the week, and then we start dropping into the 70s towards the weekend. Tri-City stays in the 80s all the way through Friday, dropping to those upper 70s for the weekend. In Walla Walla, 80s through Friday, 70s, and we've got a great day looking on Father's Day. And in Hermiston, you'll stay in the 80s as well through Friday with those cooler temperatures coming in on the weekend. So pretty pleasant for your Father's Day weekend on the way. So hang in there, be fire wise as we get into those gusty winds tomorrow, and try to stay out of the heat. Take the pups for the walk early in the day. Austin, Alyssa.
Yeah, good reminders for sure. Stacey, thank you. Still ahead on this special early edition of Apple Valley News Now.
Why researchers are working to understand how elephants communicate with one another and what they may have discovered about the species.
Fly the Northwest over North Idaho's Lake Pend Oreille, Tuesday at 6.
It's the epic summer sale at Furniture Row, and that means everything is on sale. Find huge savings store-wide or get no interest until January 2029. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The epic summer sale on now at Furniture Row.
I help women with health issues, things like birth control, prenatal care, any GYN issue, and I really enjoy that. I love being a midwife. We try to personalize the care for each patient and individualize it. It's not one size fits all. Everybody has their own individual care plan.
Whether you're looking for your next houseplant, getting those spring flowers in the ground, or planting your dream garden landscape, Queensgate Gardens is the place to go. Queensgate Gardens in Richland. Let's grow together.
Going up against Social Security for disability benefits when you can't work, that's scary. Going up against labor and industries for workers' comp when you're hurt at work, that's scary. But calling in Bothwell and Hamill, that gives you confidence. If you can't work or were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we've got you covered. We offer a variety of buildings and sheds that come with a 5-year limited warranty, free delivery, and setup. Whether you're ready to custom create your space or just need extra storage, we're here to help every step of the way. All in-stock buildings can be delivered within 7 to 10 days and custom builds in 3 to 4 weeks. So what are you waiting for? Find your perfect building or shed today with Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds in West Richland.
Oh my gosh, wow. Who am I? Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms. Take action with our Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Try it today for only $14.95, plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
It's the epic summer sale at Denver Mattress, and that means everything is on sale, like the Queen Size Summit, now only $299.99. Save $200 on our Doctor's Choice Original lineup, or no interest until January 2029. The epic summer sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Well, check this out. A new study suggests that wild African elephants may use calls similar to the personal names humans use to address each other.
All right, let's talk about it. Researchers used a machine learning model to analyze recordings of hundreds of elephant calls. They found the sound of the calls varied depending on which elephant the call was targeting. The animals responded more strongly to recordings of calls that were directed at them over those that were originally directed at another elephant. We'll be right back with a final look at your forecast.
Newscasts anytime with Apple Valley Plus on Roku, Apple Fire, and smart TVs.
Are you a proud plant parent?
At Numerica, you'll find money answers just for you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
When you crave it all, crunchy, meaty, cheesy goodness, jam-packed and wrapped up, ready to go, Taco Time's Tostada Wrap. Satisfaction never tasted so good. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
Walla Walla Regional Airport, the gateway to your next vacation. As spring and summer travels approach, plan your flights through Walla Walla Airport. We offer free parking, and we have 2 Alaska flights to Seattle daily, making your travel easy and convenient. Take the time off, explore the world, and create memories that will last a lifetime. Walla Walla Airport, your connection to your next vacation. Book today. AlaskaAir.com. Your destination awaits.
Why is my internet slow?
There's only 16 devices connected.
I'm so over this. My cable internet bill just increased again.
My upload speed is so bad, I can't even run a stream without buffering.
Defeat cable lag. Switch to Ziply Fiber, America's fastest home internet. 25 times faster uploads. $65 less a month in cable. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply.
Affordable? Yeah, we got that. Stylish? Got that covered too. Quality? You can bet on it. At Furniture Row, we take pride in furniture that's value priced, built to last, and makes your home look amazing. And during the epic summer sale, everything is on sale. That means huge savings on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Or get no interest until January 2029. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The epic summer sale on now at Furniture Row.
Free flags, sweet treats, and more. Hi, I'm Stacy Lee with Apple Valley News Now's Great American Flag Giveaway. This Friday, starting at 11, come to Tri-Cities Chaplaincy, where the first 50 guests get a new, full-sized American flag.
At Tri-Cities Chaplaincy, our goal is to guide the community to live their best lives, even and especially through the end of life. Come learn about our programs and pick up an American flag at Tri-Cities Chaplaincy. Visit us June 14th from 11 to 1 at 1480 Fowler Street, Richland.
When you crave it all, crunchy, meaty, cheesy goodness, jam-packed and wrapped up, ready to go, Taco Time's Tostada Wrap. Satisfaction never tasted so good. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
At Numerica, you'll find money answers for street ballers. Get money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
All right, we're taking a final look at the weather and the viewer picture.
The viewer photo of the day, it never disappoints on. This has a lot of info. Check that out. Hell's Canyon. It's 10 miles wide, 8,000 feet, 125 miles long, and it would be the equivalent to a lake as large as Lake Superior says, or 250 crater lakes.
I feel like we're going to need that much water this summer.
Right. Thanks, Charles, for the education and the photo. Remember, if you want to get your photo up, that QR code, your bestie, just get up there and snap that with your cell phone, and you can submit your weather photo, or just go to applevalleyNewsNow.com, click on the weather tab. Let's take a look at temps tomorrow. Again, we're going to see those breezy winds. Yakima, though, nice and clear. A few high clouds in the Tri-Cities in the morning, clear in the afternoon, and those temperatures are going to be in the 80s, from the lower 80s to the upper 80s in the Tri-Cities. And then the strong gusty winds, again, dry conditions, really elevates our fire danger. So we want to be very fire-wise the next several days, for sure.
Yes, thank you, Stacy, and thank you so much for watching. Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals is up next.
Apple Valley News Now Primetime Edition will then air when the game is over, usually around 8 p.m.
And you can find the latest anytime on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.